Hey everybody, how are you doing? I am Sasha Chatman, and thank you so much for joining us here on Let's Chat Real Estate. We really want this show to be super interactive. We want you guys to really interact with us and just go through like a live chat. We'll go through the show format here in a second, but before we get started, I want to share a couple things about myself. Okay, so as I said, my name is Sasha Chatman. I'm a realtor here in North Fort Worth. I cover all of DFW. However, my primary territory is the greater Fort Worth area. All right. I am part of Keller Williams, and I am in business with the best partners I could ever be in business with. I am in business with my family, and I absolutely 110% love being in business with my family. So the video you just saw there, that's our little intro. We are the agents of CRG, if you will. And you have my wife, Stephanie Chatman, who runs all of our marketing and promotions. She is the genius behind what we're doing here today, right? As well as my son, Sasha Jr. We call him Numbers because he's a math whiz, right? And then Selena, Miss Personality, AKA the little boss, all right? So I'm going to be going back and forth, just letting you know. I want this to be more of a conversation with you, if you will, about real estate, what's going on and what's going down, okay? So I'm not always going to have direct eye contact with you. Now, as I said, I'm part of Keller Williams. Absolutely love my brokerage. Keller Williams has been very good to us. As you can see, got my big red KWs up there. We are very passionate about real estate. So let's talk about why are we doing this show, okay? So the reason why we're doing this particular show is there are so many myths, guys, out there about real estate. And just, let's call it fake news. Call it what it is, right? A lot of people think that you need to have this in order to buy a house. You need that to be able to sell your house. And I want to just get rid of all the fear and all the facts and be able to answer your questions about what you really need to be able to buy or sell a home. And if you want to get into investing, help you get there. One thing that I learned is this. Little background story for myself. I still am a healthcare administrator, if you will. I do real estate 110% full time. However, my first career, I was a healthcare executive for the past 16 years. I worked for a lot of great companies. I loved it. I had some really great relationships and still do with a lot of folks that I work with. But here's the deal. I cannot pass on employment to my family. You just can't. You just can't. It comes a time in your life you want to say, how do you make that game changer? What do you do differently, right? And the thing that I knew that was going to be different for me was to have my own business. I had some great mentors in Ohio who just kept pushing me. They pushed me again and again and say, Sasha, you need to be doing this. You need to learn more about investing. You need to learn more about real estate. And so one day I listened and a whole new world opened up. And so now back home in Texas, shout out to all my Ohio folks. Love you guys. Miss you guys. I don't miss that snow though. You know, you don't have to shovel sunshine. I'm just saying. However, here we are. And that's why I'm doing real estate at this point in time. So let's get it going with the show. Here is the rundown. We're going to give you guys a real quick market update to let you know what's going on in the market right now. Okay. And then we'll go over some tips on buying a house, some tips on selling a house, and we want to bring a whole lot more to the table. Okay. But as of right now, let's get ready to go to okay. I just like played a little graphic there. So when we start looking at what's going on here in our particular market, I'm gonna bring up a graphic here. Give me just 1 second, guys. Okay, so this is the February Fort Worth housing report, if you will. Now, I could have brought up DFW, but like I said, I'm here in the greater Fort Worth area. So what I'm showing you is very similar. It doesn't change that much. So what are we looking at right now? It's showing what happened from last year to this year, okay? So what I'm telling you in the market right now, if you look at it, you'll notice that houses are staying on the market a little bit longer, okay? than they were. Now, let me calm down my sellers out there who's thinking about potentially selling your house. That don't mean you can't sell your home. And it definitely doesn't mean that you can't get top dollar for your home. It is very much still, guys, still a seller's market. We've just been in the seller's market for about 5 years. And like anything, it has to come to an end. Okay? So are we at the end? Is the market about to fall and it's about to shift from a seller's market to a buyer's market? No, it's not. Not right now. At this point, no. Where I would say, if you look at a bell-shaped curve, if you will, we've been going up and up and up, and we're right there at the top where prices and home values have really kind of plateaued. Now, in some areas where you guys live, they're still going up, but as a whole around DFW, we're holding steady. That's what we are. We're holding steady on prices. Now, here's a weird thing that happened. We were on this path of going up and up and up on interest rates, where interest rates were just sitting out there for a long period of time. And where we are right now, interest rates, they dropped. Now, why did they drop? So we were going up still in November, December, and then all of a sudden we had this crazy thing called the government shutdown. I made a nice video about it, by the way, so go check it out on my YouTube channel. I'll put the link down later. However, the government shutdown, what it did, it made lenders and buyers start buying points and start reducing their interest rate. Everyone was fighting over buyers. Now, you would think that the rates would just keep going on their trend going up, and they didn't. So right now, if you have a decent credit score, okay, you could be looking at somewhere between the mid-4s, is what I'm seeing. Now, let me just say this. When it comes down to what your interest rate is going to be, there's a lot more factors there. How much income you have, what you have in assets, how much money you have saved, etc. So make sure you consult a good loan officer. And if you don't have one, I have some super awesome loan officers for you. So everything I'm telling you guys right now is really what's going on out there. However, if you're working with a real estate agent, okay, you need to talk to your agent. If you're working with a loan officer, you need to have a detailed conversation with them. There are a lot of opportunities out there. And as this report is showing us right now, the market is still healthy. Sure, it slowed down a bit, but guess what? It's the selling season. It's about to pick right back up. So that's what's going on in our market. So let me just summarize it one more time. Interest rates, mid-4s, depending where you are in terms of your aspects around credit, cash, assets, etc., savings. Okay? Home values, they're not coming down anytime soon. Anytime soon. At least another 2 years. Understand that. Oh, and then the average rent. Here's the kicker. The average rent is around $1,600 and it keeps going up. Okay? In my neighborhood, it used to be around $1,600. It's right at $1,800. Let me tell you guys, $1,600 a month or $1,800, that's a nice house. It's not a house, it's a house. It's a really nice house. So you need to check that out. And it's that time for you to make the move to where you want to buy a home. You can definitely do it. No problem whatsoever. All right. Now, we're going to cut to our next thing here. How to buy a house. Okay. All right. Stephanie just let me know we got some folks already watching here. Hello, Veronica, my sister. Love you. Palmer, how you doing, brother? Great friend of mine, awesome loan officer. You guys should check him out. I will put his information down below as well. And I'm saying hello to a couple of my clients out there. I'm not going to call you guys out. You know who you are. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for your support. And by the way, if you didn't have time to catch this particular live show, there's going to be a replay. We're going to leave it up here on Facebook and YouTube, so make sure you come back on it. This is our first time we understand that. We're going to keep marketing. We're going to continue and grow this as an online community to keep you guys educated about the buying and selling process and what's going on in our particular market. Okay, with that being said, let's get going. Now, when it comes down to buying a house, okay, there's a couple things you got to look at. All right, so number one, what's the first step? I'm going to tell you the first step I believe you should take right now is to get with a real estate agent, right? Now, let me explain why. Whatever you do on your day-to-day jobs or careers or whatever, that's what you do. You're a content expert in that. You need to get with a good agent who really understands the real estate market, who knows how to negotiate, and who's looking out for you. Make sure you're not getting with someone who just has commission breath. That's what we call it in the industry, when someone's just trying to get you to buy a house. Okay, you have to feel a person out. Matter of fact, we're going to do a deep dive on that about choosing the right agent for you. Now, I feel like I'm a pretty good agent. My clients have said as much. You know, they really do enjoy the service I bring, but sometimes you're not meshing well with everyone. For example, if you're the type of individual that wants an agent to tell you everything you want to hear and wants someone to agree with you all the time, I'm probably not the agent for you. And why is that? It's easy for me to be upfront and just tell you what's really going on. If you're about to buy a lemon of a house and you love it, I'm going to tell you it's a lemon. My job is to get you into the home, but I want to make sure you really understand what you're buying. There's some things that happen in a house you don't want to buy, okay? And we'll go over that later. Things like jacked up foundations, things like that. Some things can be fixed, and there's just some stuff that just looks bad out there. So what I do with my clients is tell them straight up what's going on. I want to make sure they have all the facts so they can make an informed decision. And if you're the type of individual who loves to be right, you probably won't like my approach from that perspective. If you want someone to just say, yep, and be quiet, fold the arms, and let you go into that transaction, that's the right person for you, okay? Now, it just depends what you want. So that's the first step. Contact an agent. And when you do that, it's time for you to have your initial consultation with that agent. Now, what that looks like, the initial consultation when you sit down with your agent, it really looks like this, guys. It's you sit down, you want to tell them what you want in the home. And that's the time you really start figuring out it's the right person for you. So you should have your questions ready. I'll get you guys a list of questions of what you should be asking. Okay? You know, what you're looking into a home, that agent should be listening to you intently, making sure they're asking the right questions. It's a red flag if your agent's not asking you any questions. I hear these horror stories all the time. I've been out there looking for a house for 3-4 months. I'm like, why? I don't get that. If I listen to you and I ask the right questions, I'm pretty sure I know what it is you're looking for. And I'm only going to take you to homes that meet your criteria. For example, let's say you have a $280,000 pre-approval letter. But you tell me, Sasha, $220,000 is comfortable. I'm not showing you anything over $220,000 because what happens is, like one of my clients say, you'll have caviar taste on a hot dog budget. Yeah, you know who you are. I love that saying, but it's very, very true. You'll fall in love with that $280,000, $300,000 house, but what's comfortable for you financially is $220,000. So there's no point in me showing you something like above that because I want you to be comfortable to buy the house and not have to struggle with it. I want you to be comfortable. All right. So that's the first phase, the initial buy-in consultation. Now, once you do that, the second phase is the most important, and that is getting pre-approved. The pre-approval, that's the big step. I talk to a lot of folks who are interested, ready to go, and when it's time to get pre-approved, they're like, whoa. I don't want to pull my credit. Now I say, guys, you have to pull your credit. You have to get your credit pulled in order for your loan officers to know what he's working with. And that's also for you. In order for you to know what your buying power is. That is super, super important. Okay? Now, once again, you need to fill out your loan officer. Make sure you're getting a good individual. They should be able to explain to you your different options that you have. Okay? How you can buy a house, what type of house you can buy, right? If they can't do that, that might not be the best loan officer for you. The folks I work with will be able to give you several options that's going to help you be able to buy a home. Okay? Now, yes, ma'am.
You have one of your clients or a couple of your clients that said you give us a really good feedback.
Oh, thank you, guys. Can you bring up the chat on the second monitor real quick for me? Bring the chat up on the other monitor, please. Okay. So thank you for the compliment on giving the feedback. I really appreciate that. My job is to make sure you're informed, and well educated. So the way I do videos like this is what I do with my clients on a consistent basis. I send educational videos out there. So for those who may be jumping on who have already been through that process, the cornerstone of Chatman Realty Group is to make sure you're educated. That's what we do. Now, hold on. Let me help Steph. It is the restream right there. right there.
Here?
Yep. Click on dashboard. There we go. Oh, no, go back to it right there. There we go. Close that.
Sorry.
Okay. It's all good, guys. Hey, it's our first show. We're working out the kinks, and I can definitely see you guys here. All right, there we go. Awesome. All right. Now, where was I? Oh, after you get your pre-approval, it's now to go house hunting. Okay, so each one of these is going to be a list I'm going to go down with you guys and go into a little bit deeper. But when it's time to go house hunting, everyone starts thinking HGTV. It's not like HGTV. Okay, so when you do go house hunting, what I do is make sure that you are well prepared. I have your stream of homes ready for you. Okay, we have a clipboard, we're ready to go, and I have all the facts. So your agent should have the facts about the house and be able to tell you what's going on. If you're the type of person who needs to walk around the house and feel it, so be it. But what I do, I make sure you have the facts. I'm ready so I can answer your questions. That way I have the history on the house. What type of major repairs have they possibly had? There's so many ways of getting that information, okay? The technology is out there for us as an agent to be able to inform you. So I use it. It's part of my job. That's what I do to help you. So now, once you find that the perfect house, it's time to make an offer. And this is another time when folks start freaking out. But it's okay, because I'm going to help you make an offer. And I make sure that you're educated to understand how to write a good offer so your offer gets accepted. So many times, there's people out there making an offer that is not going to be accepted. I can tell you as a guy who lists a lot of homes, it's not going to be accepted because I know what my seller's looking for. I connect with that other agent because they're my partner as we go through this, okay? But we write your offer in a nice, compelling way. What I do with my partners, my loan officers and myself, we connect with that agent. We connect with them to make sure they understand how financially strong you are, and we advocate on your behalf. It's not always about the person with the highest dollar amount. It really isn't. It's not always about the person with the highest dollar amount who actually wins the home. Sometimes it's you got to give the seller what they're looking for and what they want. Maybe they want a lease back. Different things like that. We'll get into that on another show. Okay. Now, at this point, that's when you get your home inspected, and you make sure the home that you have is really nice. And we're going to deep dive around inspections as well. The final piece that happens, okay, the final phase, guys, is your home is then appraised. Did it meet value or not? It's another phase when it comes to negotiation. And all we want is what to meet value. You don't want to go in $20,000, $30,000 over. That's fine and dandy, but you just want it to meet value. And the appraisal value is not going to have that much bearing on what your tax value is because the county is going to do that themselves. Okay? By the way, if you do have a house and you need to fight your taxes, let me know. Just message me here, and I will help you and I will take care of you on that one. If you go to my website, at Chatman Realty Group, I actually have a nice video out there, or on my YouTube channel that talks about, excuse me, that talks about fighting your taxes and what you need to do and getting your homestead exemption as well. Okay. All right. We're now going to go to our next segment. All right, and we are back. Seller tips. Now, we're going to go through this process a little bit different because selling is a lot different than buying, okay? And a lot of times I work with folks who need to do both. They need to buy a house and sell their house, and you need to be able to do that at the same time. That's going to be another deep dive that we'll take you guys through. So, real quick, let me pull this graphic here up. No, 1 second. All right, here we go. Okay, now let's talk about selling your home. This is the CRG process when it comes to selling your home. We have one on buying your home as well, but I was having a little bit of technical difficulties, so I will make sure I get that slide out to anyone who wants it. Okay, now the pre-listing phase. This is super important. So when it comes to selling your home, first you got to find an agent. Okay, now for all my let me stop real quick. For all my for sale by owners out there, I know a lot of folks who like to try to sell a house on their own, and I understand you don't want to pay a commission. I get that. However, when you try to do that and you try to do it on your own, this is how it's going for you. You're sitting at the house. You got strangers there coming into your home that you don't really know, and it's a very difficult process. At the same time, if you look at all the data that we have out there, getting an agent will help you get up to 6 to 8% more, and that's big. That's big dollars. That even includes on top of the commission that you have to pay the agent and the agents and whatnot. But don't try to go at this whole thing alone. All right, now back at it. So find the right agent for you. Now let's talk about that. The right agent, you need a person who knows how to sell. Okay, and I'm not the type of person to tell you that a new agent can't sell. If they have a plan, if they can actually execute the plan, they can sell. You have agents all over the place who can sell and who can't sell, no matter how long they have been into the business, right? So just find the right agent for you, right? I would just say if you just jump and sign a contract before they come in, I mean, do that with me all day. I would appreciate it. But I really want to see your home. I can't tell you everything about your house, without seeing your home. Okay? So what you have first is what I call the pre-listing phase, okay, in which I'm going to come, see the house, and we're going to price it. We're going to figure out what the pricing strategy is. What I do is come up with a strategy that makes you competitive in the market, that's going to bring people there, right? I need to put all the other agents in DFW to work for you, right? But we also need to have a great marketing strategy. So once again, I do a lot of video. I'm going to have video of your home, teaser videos to bring people there, right? And then we got to make sure that house is going to be spick and span, spotless. It has to look good. A lot of times people don't want to do that. And I would just tell you that your house has to look good. If it doesn't look good, you're going to have some problems out there. And what I like this particular meeting right here, what if I told you that, houses sell more when they're clean? Help me out. Help your agent out. Don't give them a house that is not looking its best, because that puts you at risk and you're not going to like that. So make sure that you have your house decluttered and is clean. Okay? All right, now from there, the actual selling phase. We put it on the MLS. We got it out there. We're getting people to go. The marketing does not stop. It does not start. We launched a full tilt marketing campaign on social media. We're knocking on doors. We're getting the job done. And we do a lot of open houses. And we're actually pretty good at it. I must say, we can get 30 to 40 people in your home. Now, when it rains, people don't want to come out. It's Texas. I understand. We don't like rain here. If it's super hot, people want to come out. It's Texas. I don't understand. It gets pretty hot out there, let me tell you. But we have so many ways to do it. There are times when open house could flop, and what we'll do? We'll go live. We'll go live and bring the house to them as much as possible, just a tease, just to get them to come. And we know how to target those folks who are really looking. But beyond that, I am selling your house like 4 times. A, I'm selling to the agent. Okay? B, I'm selling it to the agent's client. And then when we go through the inspection, I'm selling it to the inspector. And then when it's time to go through the appraisal, I'm selling your house again to the appraiser. So a good agent is going to sell your house at least 4 or 5 times. My job is to advocate for you the entire way through, while maximizing people coming to see your home and keeping money in your pocket. Now, if you're curious about how much your home is worth, all you have to do is message me. Okay, you can hit me right here at Chatman Realty Group, and I'd be more than happy to help you out from that perspective and tell you how much your home is worth. Okay, message me privately.
You have a question.
I do? Okay, what's the question?
Is it best to be away from the home when buyers come to view? Does that affect the sale?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me explain. Who wants to be followed around in a store? I like it when some people try to be attentive, but if I say I'm fine, don't keep following me again and again and again. And let me just say this. This is another reason why you need an agent. If you're trying to force sale by owner by yourself, do you really want to let a stranger that you don't know in your home when you're out there by yourself? Okay? And just a bunch of different strangers coming through. The only folks who can get into your home when I list your home are folks who are with agents. That's it. Now, when it comes to an open house, we have enough people there. We're watching everything. But it's definitely better to give them that time to be able to look and see the home, okay, and try to make it their own. And that's another thing, that it's hard to depersonalize and declutter your home. but you want to, it's not appealing to you anymore. You need to be appealing to the masses. And they need to be able to see the home as their own. So there's lots of tips and staging tips I will give you for that. But absolutely let them have their privacy to be able to see the home. But this is okay, I'll give you guys a little tip. Don't tell the other realtors about this. But most of them know this. But this is why I do open houses. I do open houses so I can maximize that first 2 weekends to get as many people in there. So you're not always having to put your dogs up or anything like that. And you're always having to get up and run. And if I can get like 15 to 20 people to come and see your house that one weekend during a 2 to 3 hour time period, that is helping you. Versus you getting another call from CSS, hey, I want to show your house. And you got to get up and go and pick up and go and pick up and go. So that's why I do open houses for you, right? And that gives a lot of people opportunity to see the house, and I'm actually there to help sell the house. So absolutely. Erica, thank you for your question.
She had another response.
Okay, what's that?
She says, it's not for sale by owner, but the family member is elderly who can always leave the house. So is it okay if someone's elderly and they can't leave and you need to show the home?
Right. Well, what I would say with that is this. Hold on, let me do one thing here. Let me get on my full screen. Let's pull up full screen, please. All right. So what I would say is this. When it comes down to something like that, you need to make sure, let me zoom in so you guys can see me do this a little bit here. All right. So what I would say is this. When it comes down to that, there's ways that we can block off the home, right? To where it's going to be comfortable for you as a seller to be able to see your home and show your home differently. Okay, there's lots of ways that we can do it. And so we would just do that. Like if you don't want any showings before 10 or 12, or if you got kids and you got to put them to sleep on a sleeping schedule, I've had that happen a couple times when we had clients who had infants. So there's different ways of doing it from that perspective we can. We do have to be careful though. I always want to, that's why I was zoomed in. I want you guys to understand we have to be careful because we got to make sure that we're putting you in the best light for your house to still be sold. If it's difficult for your house to be seen and people can't see it, it can't be sold. Okay? So let's jump back in here to our slide real quick. All right. So now we're at the negotiation phase. Now, here's the thing. Sellers, you have to be strong. You do not have to go through and just give your house away. You're not in that type of position at all. My job is to try to get you as much as possible. But I also want to make sure that we get a price that is going to appraise. Okay, so we'll go with that at another point in time. But there's no point in trying to get a house. Let's say the market's going to pay $280,000, and someone offers you $320,000. Well, if they offer $320,000, I need to protect you and make sure they got the cash to do so. And if they don't, that's probably not the smartest offer to take, because if the house doesn't appraise, and if there's no other houses around you selling at $320,000, it's not going to appraise. That's just the bottom line. Now, at this point in time, in negotiations, the offer is accepted. We've done an offer option period, and we've also done an inspection, and the buyer has brought up their concerns, and you have accepted or rejected those concerns. From there, I only give them so much time, right, in order to help you. If we give them too much time, we don't need to do that. They need to make their mind if they want the house or not, and that's the bottom line. Okay, now, lastly, the closing phase. Now, house is appraised, the buyer's credit has completely been approved, the loan has gone through, and now we're going through the funding and closing. For you as a seller, it's time to get out of Dodge. So we got to have a strategy so you can be ready to move, right? And so we make sure that we do that as well. That we give you a strategy to help you be able to move and transition from your home at that point in time. And let me just say this, selling your house is very emotional. You have a lot of memories there with family. And at this point in time, you're like, okay, what can I do differently? You absolutely 100% love the home that you've been in. You've been there the entire time with your family. And what do you do now? It's now time to get ready to move to your new home. And so that's one thing we're looking at. Thank you, Miss Joyce. How are you doing? Thank you for your feedback. I really appreciate it. All right. Now, from there. So let me just say this. As we get ready to close out this particular episode, I hope that you guys have liked the particular show that we're putting on. We're going to do this again and again. And so what we want to know right now, before we sign off, what do you guys need to know? what are the things that you need to know? I got some tips around for sale by owner, but what's important to you? Okay, what do you need to know when it comes to buying a house? We have shows ready for you guys to talk about for credit repair, from terms of understanding what the pre-approval process is for buyers, for sellers, understanding the value of your home. So give me some feedback here real quick and let us know what it is that you're looking for in terms of learning about real estate. Because as you do, we will bring that information to you. That's what we want to do. Since we gather that feedback, Stephanie, can you gather some of those, go through some of the comments and gather that? We're watching on several different streams here, so from Facebook to Periscope and YouTube here. So we're looking and going through all those from that perspective. All right, now I make a lot of videos out there. So thank you, Netflix. I want to say for those who love to binge watch everything, you can catch all my content out there at Keller Williams Chatman Realty Group, and we have new content for you every Thursday. So there's gonna be a new video out there every Thursday. So tomorrow, what we're gonna be dropping is 2 videos. One about going to a deep dive of buying a home, and one on selling your home. That's gonna take you and walk you through what we talked about here today, but it's gonna have a lot more information in it as well. Okay. Also, if you're on Facebook, most of our videos come from Facebook. You catch us just at Chatman Realty Group on Facebook. Okay. We do a lot of cross posting, guys, from one social media to another. So this is what we have on Facebook, and then also you can also catch us on LinkedIn on Chatman Realty Group. All right. So we try to reach you guys on several streams, if you will, or social media, because we know that's where you are. But if you have any questions whatsoever when it comes to buying or selling a house, feel free to give me a call at any point in time. Right. And so I consider all you guys friends. I do. And so when it comes down, it's not just about me, it's about you. It's definitely about you and what you need to get done with buying or selling a home. But since we're friends, I want you guys to remember, this is the face that I make when my friends tell me they bought a house from someone else. All right?
You have another question.
I do? Okay, let's go back to that.
Yes.
I just like this meme. I want to put it out there. All right, what's our next question?
Miss Nelson is wanting to know, how do you know if you are really ready? Like, maybe give some tips from a financial standpoint.
From a financial standpoint. Okay. Tip number 1. How much are you paying in rent? Okay. That's tip number 1. You kind of know when you're ready when you start looking at how much you're paying in rent. If you got to the point that your rent is a mortgage, and let me just say this, 95% of the people who are renting out there, you're at that point. Because if you told me how much you were paying in rent, I could easily pull you a stream of homes, nice homes, that is going to be more value, is the same amount that you're paying in rent. Okay? And you're going to be earning equity. Let me just say this here. One reason why I love real estate is because real estate helps you build wealth. Guys, we learned this a long time ago when we started playing the game of Monopoly. No one said we had to stop playing when we all got grown. Okay? Because that's what you are right now. You're playing the game of Monopoly. So first things first is going to be looking at how much you're putting out in rent. So do you want to pay your landlord's rent? Or do you want to pay your own mortgage? Something that is going to build value for you. So let me just speak to my buyers out there real quick about that. Let's say you buy a house. Okay? You buy a house at $150,000 5 years ago. There's a lot of people out there who did this. Right? Now, 5 years from now, you want to go sell that house. The market has swelled. That house can now sell for $205,000. Your job is going to relocate you and you need to move. That means if you look at let's say just $200,000 for easy math. That means the equity that you have in your home is $50,000. Now, what changed? You put a down payment down initially, sure. But now you could walk away with a $50,000 payday. So look at it this way. My home is where my family is. I look at buying a house every 3 to 5 years now. I want to buy one that's low, get the house, take it, let the house build up some equity and value, and then I'll sell it off, take that money, and go buy another and another. The brick and mortar home, for me personally, is not that important. As long as I have Stephanie, Sasha, and Selena, I'm home. I'm happy. So financially, number 1, how much you're paying in rent. Number 2, you got to look at your credit score. I got another video out there I'll put in the description down later, guys, of what you need to have in credit. The magic number in my mind is 620. There's going to be a lot of folks who are going to tell you you can get a home less than that, and you can't. let me just say this: 620 is great when it comes down to for first-time home buyers. When it comes to down payment assistance programs, also for the VA loan, you can always get loans lower. Always can. Let me explain that. However, if you want a good interest rate, you might not want to go too much lower. I've seen people who can get approved for a loan at 550, 530, but I mean you're talking like an 8% interest rate and a hefty down payment. So it's not for everybody. Okay. I hope that answered your question. Did that answer your question, Erica? Let me know.
You just got some more people tuning in.
Okay. So go ahead, guys. Go ahead. I don't want to just end the show just to end it. I want to know what it is that you guys need help in when it comes down to buying a house or selling a house. What tips do you need so we can bring that content to you? All right. Let me pull up one more thing here. So let me just say this. As you guys are bringing your questions, you can always message us back on Facebook and let us know what your questions are. And what we're going to be doing is bringing on some of our loan officers, inspectors to do some deep dives and let you know what's going on. We also want to bring up what's going on in the community. So here's a couple things that are going on in the community that we want to talk about real quick. Let me bring this up real quick. All right. So if you're here in the Brunswick area, if you're in the Brunswick, if you're here in Watauga, you're probably used to, we had a place that was once called Brunswick Bowling. Now, they have rebranded themselves and they were called Bolero. Okay. So very, very nice. I'm going to drop a video here for you guys to see so you can go check it out. But what they have is their grand opening. They have their grand opening this Saturday from 11 to 3. And so it's free bowling, so you need to get online to RSVP. You can bowl for free and play arcades for free. So if you got kids, take them there for a free, nice, good time. They've doubled the size of the arcade, and it's really, really nice. It's funny because little Sasha called me, FaceTime me, and he loves bowling, just freaking out. Like, hey, Dad, you're not going to believe what they've done. And it's super awesome. So what I'm going to do is drop a video here for you on my YouTube and my Facebook channel to let you guys know that I talked down to the manager, and he wanted to just give you guys a message about come on out, RSVP, bring the family down, and check out Bolero. We're all about highlighting and helping local businesses here with Chatman Realty Group grow. So one of the sections we're going to do is a business spotlight. We're going to be highlighting the businesses that we have in our local area that you're going to absolutely love. We're also going to be highlighting restaurants where, especially when kids eat free. Stephanie knows where kids eat free every day. And so we're going to get a blog out about that to let you guys know where to go, and we'll get that information out there for you as well. All right. Once again, guys, I am Sasha Chatman here with Chatman Realty Group. I appreciate you all who have tuned in for our live stream. And please let your friends and family know. We know this is our first show, and we're going to do this every Wednesday. Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. We think the time is good. That way, most of the kids have already gotten home, started doing some homework, and you have opportunity. You can sit down and we can just chat about real estate and what's going on in the market. You can reach me at 817-668-0311. You can also go check out our website. Go check out our website. We put a lot of time and energy and effort into our website to build it out for you. We have a great blog that's going on there. And if you need to search for a home, you have to check out the Chatman Realty Group website. We've already built it out based off the school systems here in North Fort Worth, certain cities. All you have to do is just click on it, boom, and get there. It's going to show you all of the schools. Yeah, let's say if you're in Basswood Elementary, you click on our Basswood Elementary page, it's going to show you every last home that's on the market in Basswood Elementary. So we did that. Most other agents don't have that on their site, but we took the time to do that because we know how you are looking, that you want to make sure you're not having to move your family all around. And school search is very, very important. Okay? And last but not least, once more time, you can follow us on Facebook at Chatman Realty Group. Go over and like our page. Invite your friends. We really appreciate it. All right? You can also catch us at YouTube at Keller Williams Chatman Realty Group. Once again, lots of content, new videos every Thursday. You'll get those every time. Yes, ma'am.
Our favorite physician tuned in and said you're doing an awesome job. Keep up the good work. Dr. Radhika Vianney with primary care.
Oh, Dr. Radhika Vianney. Now, I totally unplanned, but if you need a primary care physician, you have got to check out Dr. Radhika Vianney. I am definitely going to be doing a business spotlight with her. She is super awesome. We go back, we work together. She is an awesome physician, and you cannot find a better physician than Dr. Radhika Vianney. No doubt. She's super awesome. One more time, you can also catch us at Chatman Realty Group. I had to change that up because it was long, right? On Twitter. Check out our Twitter feed. And we really appreciate you guys tuning in. And thanks for coming to our show. We're going to end it here. If you have any more questions, please make sure you drop it in the comments, message us, and hey, hit the like button. Also, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Please check it out. Great content. We're doing it just for you. And if you have any more questions, you know how to reach us. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed day. And